Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're watching this. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm here to do a little bit of an energy reading as well as some card reading. I am Sue Pickering. If you want your own reading, please do hit the link in the description, and I read your energy of what's going on and how we can work through things and all of the things that happen in your world. When it's a one-on-one, it's way more personable than here as a group and collective. If you do like what I am, what I put out for content, please do consider hitting that like button, subscribing to get all of the notifications that come through. So right now I'm going to be talking about retrograde coming up at the end of the month, June 29th to July 29th. And it is also a full moon on that day, on the 29th. So there's a lot of energy. Right now, we're in the shadow period, the period where we are really ramping up. I feel like the shadow period leading up to the 29th is going to have the most energy more than through retrograde. That's just what I am receiving. That's how I feel. They also shared that it is a time now to cleanse, clearing out the things that are stopping you from really moving forward in different aspects of your life. However that whatever you're working through for you on your journey. Okay, so they are also mentioning, when I sat, all my guides were telling me about what are you putting off? What are not really stepping into? There's something that you're putting off. And what it's doing is it's stopping you from, stepping forward into your own abundance. Okay. Like sometimes we just do that. We get comfortable in where we're at. We are, comfortability is nice. It keeps us safe, and so does our ego. And that's where our ego sits the most, is when we are very, very comfortable in what we do, and we don't like to shift and change because we just get scared of, what might happen or might not happen. So there's a space here for you to ask yourself, and know that you do deserve more. You do deserve more abundance in whatever area of your life that this fits. Okay. It's not just about money. It's abundance of love, abundance of health. It's abundance of, joy, living from a happy space. Okay. They're just saying, go get it. Like, what's stopping you from stepping forward? What's stopping you from really pushing yourself into something that could create so much joy and happiness and abundance in your life? They also mentioned that, being uncomfortable in change, that is a big aspect for many people. Being uncomfortable because, like I said, safety in is comfortable. It makes you just enjoy and not have to push yourself into something more as you grow and change, right? And just be uncomfortable with the change. Be uncomfortable in stepping towards something. You could be uncomfortable. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm stepping. Right. And there's a space for you to understand that it's okay to be there. And, there's a lot of times when I have stepped into things and it's like, ooh, I'm very, very uncomfortable, but I'm going to see where it takes me. If it's not what I thought, then I step away. So there's aspects of for you to really be okay with not being okay at times. Okay. They're just saying, use this next few weeks to be in a space to push yourself forward, to, move in the direction, even if it's not completely all the way, taking those steps, getting out of that uncomfortable, getting out of the comfort zone, I should say, and really stepping forward. They actually said, ask for this energy to show you how to integrate what you need in your life, how to integrate into, a new area, if that's what it is, pushing yourself into something new. How can I integrate this? How can I be in a space where I can be, where I can actually receive abundance and joy, okay? uh, what is needed to receive this abundance? Who do you need to be? What is required of you to step forward? Just putting those questions out there allows the things to eventually evolve and come in a download or a knowing or a feeling to step forward into something, because we often don't realize that we need to be, showing up for ourselves as we step forward into what we are trying to achieve. Okay, so that is what I have for the shadow aspects of what's coming through, and for us to really be in a space of, if I want to create more in my life, who do I need to become? What do I need to know? What is that? Some people don't even know what that is. First, be in a space of who you are not, right? I am not what people think of me. I am not, you know something that makes me feel like I'm not worthy. I am not that person, right? And start with that, and then start going deeper into stepping forward. Welcome change. I can't even make this stuff up. I love this. um Revel in your renewal. So there's definitely expansion here. Beautiful expansion. I feel like in a huge way for many, many, many people, it's an expansion of your heart space. It's an expansion of being in a space where there is love everywhere, where there is, a space where you can be with other people and share that joy, share that space. Sharing love, sharing a space of heartfelt giving, not in order to receive, but in order to find more fulfillment. Sometimes we give, right? But don't be on a space where you're not receiving. That is a different space right now than what I'm talking about right now. So be in that space of, following that heart center, following that space of, this feels right in my heart and it's going to bring me joy. Um, and it's going to be uncomfortable, but that's coming from your heart. Okay, not in a space of, well, I am uncomfortable, so I'm just not going to step. That is your ego. That is keeping you right exactly where you are right now. Okay. Connecting to your animal guides here is what they're sharing. So pay attention to the animals. Pay attention to what is being, shown to you with animals. The A space where, you see a deer on the side of the road, have grace, right? You see a eagle, look at things from a higher perspective. There's a lot of things. Yesterday I saw a robin, and I looked it up after, and wow, I was talking about abundance, building something bigger, that legacy, and a robin came in, and that's what it's about. It's like saying, continue going, you're building your legacy. And it's a space for us to really be in harmony with what the universe wants for us, what we are deserving of, and allowing that to come through. Trust yourself, trust your knowing, trust your heart. Yes, I'm uncomfortable, but I trust and know that this is where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to do, because it brings through so much beauty and it brings through so much love when we can really follow our heart, and knowing that what our intuition is telling you is truth. It is our truth, and it will always lead you to something bigger and better. And knowing that, the journey that you are on is the journey that is going to bring you the most amount of growth. Okay. Page of Swords, there's a lot of knowing coming through here, a lot of awareness coming through. This is just the beginning. So really knowing that these light bulb moments are moments for you to cash in on, moments to step into that uncomfortable space and see where it brings you, and really trusting that your intuition will say stay or continue going, stay and continue going, or walk away. Okay. Eight of Wands, when you really settle into where you're going, and making those heartfelt changes, you will realize that things will happen faster than what you ever imagined. And right now, we are in the energy of fast, but making sure that you are really putting out there what you want to receive. Okay. Be clear on what it is that you are working towards, what it is that you know, and trust. Okay. The Emperor, yes, this is stepping into your own clarity, stepping into your own space of your full potential, stepping into it. It will lead you to so much glory and happiness. Okay. They're saying for you to really see your worth, see your value, see what you can actually do, see what all you have done, acknowledging that, recognizing that, and knowing that they're saying you're the goat. You are the goat. So, do you see that within yourself to step forward into transformation? This is the change. This is you becoming all that you are. Like your soul is opening up to so many possibilities, so many beautiful things on your journey, a new journey, even for some of you, a complete new journey. Um, yeah, they're just sharing that there is this willingness to be more, to see more, but they're saying you also need to be connected. You also need to be listening to your guidance, because that is, after all that you need, really, to know how to navigate and steer the ship. Okay. Bluebird, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Happiness, 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 right? This is what we're striving for. Building that foundation now as you step forward into something that is way bigger than what you can imagine. Okay. Fairy godmother, kindness. This is sharing with me. Be kindness to yourself. Give yourself grace, because you're just figuring it out like the rest of us, right? Give yourself grace through this change, they're saying through this development. Okay. So they're just showing me this for some of you, this is a whole new, like, your world is changing. Okay. A whole new development of what is. Um, allow, this is a brand new beginning for some people. Like I said, allow the light in, allow yourself to really bring in and absorb what feels good, what is right for you. It's like absorb that love until you can really feel it yourself. Absorb that strength until you really feel it yourself. Okay. There's something here to open yourself up to allow that light to come in, to see your worthiness, to see your possibilities of what is coming forward to you. They're sharing for you to keep an eye open for, I feel like, the animals that are going to be bringing you messages. And when I am not certain about animals and the messages, because I don't hear what they say, what I do is I really pay attention to how they're acting. You know, and what the animal is. And if I don't know the meaning, I will just look it up. Spiritual meaning of hawk, right? Spiritual meaning of a hawk not flying, all, like, pay attention to the details, and you will see that the answers will be there for you. And it is crazy what shows up, how it shows up, and what it means. Okay. It is a space for you to really slow yourself down and navigate that ship from a space of stillness, because after all, that is where we hear spirit the loudest, the most, is when we are slowed down, when we're not, on the go all the time, when we can have a moment to really be still. Okay. The Emperor again. Wow. Wow. This is huge. This is they're showing me with this one, this all about creation, creating that space that is going to have an open, like creating a space inside of you that's going to create yourself to be open to receive, open to all possibilities. Okay. What do you dream of? What is there something for you to really dream about? Something for you to really allow it to settle into you, into creation, okay? It's moving from your heart, your solar plexus, or your uh solar plexus, sorry, into your sacral, and it's pushing its way down into creating. Okay, what you feel in your heart, your solar plexus is all about who you are, what you're here for, your life purpose, your meaning for being here, okay? And really moving into the sacral, which is creation, which is, that fire, that red fire in your belly, that orange red fire. And they're just showing me here for what you are dreaming of or wanting. Are you really, they're saying, are you settling? Because you deserve to go get it, what you are craving. And look at this, the Wheel of Fortune is here for you to realize that things are happening. We don't always see it because it's like, oh, I'm not going to step into it because things haven't been happening for me. But because you haven't stepped into it, it's not happening. And the things are coming through. The spirit, the universe are working in the background to allow those synchronicities to fall into place, to allow the things to come to fruition for you. Okay, really sitting with what it is that you are desiring. Okay, emotional withdrawal. Okay, there's a space here for you to walk away from the old way, walk away from, all of the ups and downs. Why do we continue to be in our pain and suffering when we can create something that is better? But because we're scared, we don't step in. So we continue to put ourselves through the pain and suffering as we, navigate life. Okay. The waiting game, Two of Wands. Okay. So I feel like the waiting game, you've been waiting for something to show up. But what if it's there and you're not paying attention to it? Are you really listening? Are you in a space where if it does show up, are you going to step? Right? Sometimes we wait for the sign and then we're going, "Ooh, well, I want a signier sign." Right? There's that saying, right? So are you ready when that sign shows up? And will you engage? Will you step? Will you, you've planted these roots of what you desire, these thoughts that come in. That's a plant, that's a seed, these thoughts. And they're already germinating and planting and growing roots. So when that sign does show up, are you going to step in or are you just going to wait for time to pass by? That is something for you to sit with in a bigger way. Okay. Wow. We've got the Chariot, forward movement. It says triumph, right? This is you. This is you moving in the direction that is going to bring you to victory. So much victory. Okay. There's movement, choices, and decisions. This is the Five of Pentacles. So are you, holding yourself back in order to, wait for that right moment? Or are you holding yourself back in that pain and suffering because you're scared to move? Okay. So who do you need to become to move if you're scared? Okay. Do I need to become someone that believes in themselves? Then you can move forward. Do I need to become someone that is really listening to their intuition? Then move forward. There's something here for you to discover why you're not doing this forward movement, this change, because it's here for you. It's waiting for you to grow and become something, so abundant and have that joyful life that we all are kind of searching for if we don't have it. Okay. And be the joy that you need until, like I said, borrow what you need. If you need strength, just borrow it until you believe it. Borrow joy until you can feel it in yourself, in your bones, that you know that life is joyous. Okay, that is where we're kind of at right now. So I would love to see if anyone is feeling some of this crazy energy right now. It's back to kind of being crazy. I've been really good, but I've been just kind of, I've taken some things off my plate, so I've had time to really sit with a lot of things. And um, I'm here for the journey, and I'm here for you if you are seeking something deeper in helping to connect deeper to your soul and what is on your path. Connect with me, and I can help you out. I thank each and every one of you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a magical day. Much love.